A limerick is a witty poem of 5 lines usually, in which the first, second and fifth lines rhyme with each other, and the third and fourth lines, which are shorter than the rest, rhyme with each other. Edward Lear is called the father of the limerick because he popularized this form of poetry. The following limerick is attributed to him, though no one's really sure if he actually wrote it. There was a young lady of Niger who smiled as she rode on a tiger. They returned from the ride with the lady inside and the smile on the face of the tiger. The Republic of Niger is a country in West Africa. For the purposes of this poem, Niger is pronounced Niger. And the soft G in Niger makes you want to pronounce tiger as tiger for better rhyming, but of course that wouldn't do. The next limerick was definitely written by Edward Lear. There was a young lady whose chin resembled the point of a pin, so she had it made sharp and purchased a harp and played several tunes with her chin. Imagine a lady with a pointy chin using it to play the harp. Hilarious nonsense, isn't it? No wonder Lear called his book of such poems a book of nonsense. Published in 1846, this book earned him £125, a princely sum for a writer in those days. Since then, a lot of limericks written by various people start with the words, "There was a young lady." Often the words that follow are quite bawdy, so I'm not going to share them here. The other famous writer of limericks was Ogden Nash. His sense of humor made him my favorite poet as a child. Here is one of my favorite limericks written by him. A flea and a fly in a flue were imprisoned, so what could they do? Said the fly, "Let us flee." "Let us fly," said the flea, so they flew through a flaw in the flue. I love the alliteration, which means the repetition of the same sound at the beginning of words placed close to each other, like the fleur sound in fly, flee, flea, flue, flaw and flue in this limerick. A flue is the internal shaft of a chimney. Note that this flue is spelled F-L-U-E, unlike flu, the disease which is spelled F-L-U and is short for influenza. While limericks are generally thought of as humorous poems for adults, they can be nursery rhymes too. Tommy Thumb's Pretty Songbook was the first collection of English nursery rhymes. It was published in London in 1744. It contained this limerick which I learned in kindergarten. Hickory dickory dock, the mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 1 and down he run, hickory dickory dock. The origin of the term limerick, first documented in the New English Dictionary in 1898, is not clear. It is thought to have come from the name of the place called Limerick in Ireland. The earliest published American limerick is from 1902. There once was a man from Nantucket who kept all his cash in a bucket, but his daughter, named Nan, ran away with a man, and as for the bucket, Nan took it. Nantucket, as mentioned in the first line, is an island in the US. The writer got creative with his grammar in the last line, where Nantucket is a substitute for the words Nan took it. It seems difficult to discuss any aspect of English without mentioning Shakespeare. Sure enough, he used a limerick as a drinking song in the play Othello, which he wrote in 1603. Keep in mind that cannakin is an old term for a small can that is used for drinking. And let me the cannakin clink clink, and let me the cannakin clink. A soldier's a man, a life's but a span. Why then, let a soldier drink. It seems that limericks were a popular form of drinking songs in England and Ireland. Poets used to spar in verse at a pub in County Limerick. Here is a repartee between poets Sean O'Twama and Andreas McCraff, translated into English. O'Twama boasted, "I sell the best brandy and sherry to make all my customers merry, but at times their finances run short as it chances, and then I feel very sad, very." McCrath's rejoinder, "O'Twama, you boast yourself handy at selling good ale and bright brandy, but the fact is your liquor makes everyone sicker. I tell you this, I, your friend Andy." The verse form of the limerick is an old one. Some say it goes back to France in the Middle Ages. but it was Edward Lear who popularized the form with his 1846 book, making him synonymous with limericks. So much so, such verses started being called Learicks till the word limerick appeared at the end of the 19th century. Here's one more of his charming limericks, or rather lyrics. There was an old man with a beard who said, "It's just as I feared. 2 owls and a hen, 4 larks and a wren have all built their nests in my beard." I think that Edward Lear's works justify the title, "The Father of the Limerick." As a tribute to him, I have written the following limerick. There was a young writer called Lear, whose poetry spread far and near. He made people giggle, so much that they'd wriggle and fall down and bruise their rear. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm the English Nut. Bye for now. Like this content? Do subscribe. Like, comment, share, tag your friends. From one English Nut to another. Thank you.